so, I know I said I was going to try this whole recording vlogs things more often, so this is me doing that. I can't remember which vlog number this is in the new year. I think it's like 3. Unimportant. So the title of this vlog in my notes that I wrote for myself is A New Year, New Me, even though it's like March. And so I thought I'd come back, because I know when I first started this channel, I posted this video, like, the plans for this channel. And that kind of happened last year, but then, like, the beginning of, like, the end of the year kind of, like, dropped off, and the beginning of this year it kind of, like, dropped off. And so, basically, I started this YouTube channel, I think I said, because someone at one point or another told me I was funny. Whether that's true or not is up to you guys. Every time I get a new subscriber, I'm just like, are you lost? And I know, like, occasionally I talk about my channel, but for the most part, like, I just kind of exist on the internet, and I just assume that someone finds me, they find me. If they don't find me, then whatever. My plans for this channel, or the goals for this channel, is to do different types of things that are all related to me. Obviously, this is primarily a planner channel, just because that's something that I'm currently really into. Obviously you can see from the background that there are a bunch of pops back there, but I don't really like, I know pop unboxing and reviews are a thing, but, like, my review for pops are pretty much going to be the same. Like, I could do reviews of pops, but I don't really buy that many pops that often. I buy, like, occasional pop. Like, the last pop I bought was, let me reach, was this Ash pop, because I play League of Legends, and she's, like, my main, and I love her. I'm hella basic like that. Anyway, that's not important. That's not what this video is about. So the thing about me doing planner videos is, if you guys remember from my 2017 setup, I was using, my plan is basically to use my Hobonichi cousin and my A5 ring bound planner. The problem was, this year, particularly so far, has not been big on personal plans for me. Like, I haven't really done anything. So I plan my day-to-day stuff in my Hobonichi, obviously. And then my plan was to, like, do rewind spreads in my A5 ring planner, but because I have no real personal plans, I feel like putting down a whole sticker kit, pretending that I had all these plans, would be disingenuous and fake. And obviously I could just use date cover-ups and then, like, plan previous weeks, but, like, I don't really want to, like, I plan with stickers as, like, a kind of, planning / scrapbooking / memory keeping thing. And I feel like I should be honest and upfront about that. For the most part, like, last year I was filming plans for the coming week, but with this year I was planning on filming back filming plans. But because I don't really have plans, I haven't really been doing that. And I don't want to, like, I love the sticker kits that I buy. Like, I don't buy that many. But when I buy them, I don't want to really waste them, because I don't, like, on a week where I didn't really do anything, I don't want to put down, like, all the check boxes and only have done, like, one checklist the entire week. And considering sticker kits are, like, $20 a pop, like, that's, in my opinion, a waste of money for me to waste it on a week where I didn't do anything. And since I don't really buy full cover kits where I could just, like, put them all down and it'd be a pretty picture, that's the style of planning that I do. And the style of scrapbooking that I do. So until I have plans, I can't do a rewind spread. I'm going to do one for my trip to LA. I just haven't, like, sat down to film that. Because, like, I made a list of things that I did while I was in LA, the plans that I made while I was in LA. The thing about the LA trip was it takes place over the span of technically a Friday to a Monday or something. So it's not even, like, the same video. But I'm just going to spread a kit out over, like, 2 weeks. Anyway, so that's one thing. The other thing is, there's, like, I think one video tagged up on my channel called Retrospective, which originally was a podcast that I was going to do, but I realized that talking to myself to record a podcast is weird, and it wasn't working, basically. I recorded, like, 3 episodes, and I, like, listened back to them, and I hated myself. And having a vlog kind of thing works better for me, and only I never record any vlogs. Retrospective originally started off as, like, me reviewing comic books and anime, but I don't have money to fund my comic book habit, so that kind of died a fiery death, and I basically buy trade paperbacks, but I haven't bought any in a little while, or I haven't read any ones that I bought, which brings me to the second thing was, one of the other things I wanted to do with Retrospective was, like, book reviews, because I buy books, like, every week. Like, I buy, like, a new book. Like, I have a never-ending list of new books that I want to buy and read. The problem is I haven't honestly read a book since like 2015-ish. I know I read or I listened to like 2 audiobooks in 2016, but like mentally reading books has been exhausting for me. Or no, that's not true. Mentally, I have been exhausted, and reading books is just something that I like put to the wayside. And it's not because there aren't any books that I want to read, but like the act of sitting down and reading a book isn't something that I've done. And I would start books. Like I started, let's see, The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. I started Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I started one of the Sarah J. Maas books. Like I start books. I get like 40 pages into them and I put them down and then I don't pick them up. And it's not because I don't think they're good. It's because I just get tired. Like I want to come home from work and I want to lay in my bed and I want to do nothing. And reading a book is like effort and work that I just didn't want to put in. I didn't want to put it. No, I'm going to say I did because I want to do better. Like in 2017, I want to go back to reading. Oops, I hit my camera. In 2017, one of the things I want to do is go back to reading a book a week. Like there was a point in my life where I was in Barnes & Noble's every 3 days because I had bought a book, read the book, and needed a new book. One of the things I want to do for retrospective is read more books and review more books. Because I have a huge stack of books under my desk that I purchased over the last like 2 years that I just haven't read. And since it's retrospective, it's cool that they're like not the newest kit book. They're just a book that I'm getting around to reading. And so I'm going to do more reviews for retrospective. That's the goal for 2017. I'm going to also do more vlogs, which I think I said in my last vlog that I'm going to vlog more, and here I am vlogging more. The thing about me and vlogging is I always think that my life is really boring, but then I realize that that's hypocritical of me because I'm always talking about my life on Twitter. So obviously if I can tweet up threads about my life on Twitter, I can vlog about it as well. So people who follow me on Twitter obviously will be seeing these same things twice. Sorry guys. You'll just be seeing them in different ways. And so that's basically the plan for this channel. So exactly what I said it was going to be when I started it. I'm just going to attempt to be better at creating content to post to this place. And so the final wrap up of this particular vlog is, I know people were going to ask, like, why don't I know other YouTubers have multiple channels for multiple things. Like they have like a beauty vlog, they have a lifestyle vlog, they have like a vlog. And they're like, well, why don't you do that? And the reason that I don't do that is simply because I don't feel that I am big enough on YouTube to require that. The idea of spreading my content over multiple channels is very stressful to me. Having to manage that and making sure you upload things to the right place, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't want to do that. Like, I don't. I want to have one channel that is the messy, multifaceted person that I am. And I want my channel to reflect the person that I am. And that means planner things, review things, blogging things, like a lot of things will happen here. And if that's not the kind of channel that you want to be a subscriber to, I'm sorry to see you go, and you will be missed. Every single one of you. But if that is what you want, then stick around. And feel free to, like, drop comments if you want, like, any other kind of video from me. Like, oh, you should read this, or you should watch this, or you should listen to this. Because, oh, that's right. Last thing. So, one of the things I do, like, one of the few sets of plans that I always kind of have are concerts, because if you can't see, can you see my shirt? Let's see. There we go. That's in frame. Nope, you can't see my shirt. There we go. It's going to do that. It's a Fall Out Boy Christmas shirt. It's from oops, I think I tilted my camera too far. Whatever. My Fall Out Boy t-shirt is from last year, like November, December, I forget. Fall Out Boy, or maybe it was from the year before. Irrelevant. The important part is I went to see Fall Out Boy during the Christmas season, and I got the shirt because I go to Fall Out Boy shows. Like, I am a child of the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, my favorite band is Something Corporate, which became the lead singer left to go be Jack's Mannequin, who now is Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. I'm going to see him later this year. It's going to be amazing. I see him every time he comes to New York City. I'm like thinking about buying tickets to go see Pierce the Veil. Like, I was coming home today from work thinking about how much I love every single album that they've ever done, and how could I ever pick my favorite, and oh my god, I'm gonna regret not buying tickets to this show. I need to go. Like, I just went to see Panic at the Disco at Madison Square Garden. And Brendan mentioned it had been 13 years that he had been doing songs from Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And I like had like a small panic attack because I loved Panic at the Disco since day one. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that my handle currently is Ryan Ross Trash Fire. Actually, no, it's Ryro Trash Fire, but it's because Ryan Ross, like Ryan Ross, original douchebag canoe, love of my life. Sometimes I need him. Like whatever. I can talk about that. But so anyway, before I go way off, one of the things I want to do for this channel is reviews of shows that I've been to, because I record these shows on my phone, like video, and like I just sit there and occasionally I'll go back and look back through them and be like, oh damn, like that was great, like this moment was great, and I want to share this moment with other people because I know that Bandom still exists because my 13-year-old cousin is in it, and she like tells me things like, hey, do you know who Ryan Ross is? And I'm just like, child, if you don't take your 12-year-old self away from me before I have like go away. But like I know they exist, so I know. But then there are also people like my age, and then my current roommate. Like we're like old people in fandom now, and I want to like. I don't want to shepherd the children to the future, but like I feel like that's like my obligation in some ways. But also I feel like, hey, other people who are my age, like I see you at shows, or you on the internet, like, 'cause I know you guys are on like Twitter and Tumblr or whatever it is, like whatever the hip young kids are doing. I am on Tumblr, but not really. Like I don't think I've logged into Tumblr yet this year. I think I might have logged in twice last year, specifically because of my cousin. So one of the things I want to do for this channel is take some of the concert video that I recorded. Like I think most of the set from when Amber Lynn did their final tour. Like I have most of the set from that just saved on my phone. Like I recorded most of it as I screamed my head off in the background singing along with every single song ever. But yeah. So I'm gonna sign off this vlog because it's gotten like kind of like it's recorded to be like 15 minutes at this point. It's not gonna be 15 minutes when I post it. But I want this channel to be a reflection of my life. And I'm gonna do better at sharing or something. Yeah, something like that. Till next time.